Hey everybody, it's that one lost nerd, and today we're going to be looking at the One Piece Learn Together deck set. So on the front of the box we got Zoro, Luffy, and Nami. We also got a little bit of what's inside the box. We got the Bandai logo. On the sides we got Zoro, Luffy, and Nami and their cards. We got the playmat, the Learn Together. And then we have the deck boxes, the cards, the extra cards, the playmat, what comes inside the box. So, read this before you read this first. Bon voyage to the world of One Piece. Welcoming, enjoying all the One Piece card game. Learn together 2 decks, including playing instructions, 2 decks for 2 people. You can have fun learning by playing using these cards. Instructions. See, this set of decks has Monkey D. Luffy, Roronoa Zoro, and after that you can have one of them versus Nami. There are extra cards including for each deck. You can try switching out the cards to power them up for whoever comfortable playing. So once you're done and you get comfortable with everything, you can play. So this is the playmat. I am gonna have a video about how to play One Piece. It's gonna be through the app. We're gonna look at the app on this channel. So if you're looking at the app first and then you're looking at this, always remember that my videos would always refer to always look at the app, and I'll cover it. But yeah, this is a pretty big playmat. It's definitely meant for 2 people. Has both sides and everything. Has where you can place your cards, and has the phases of play in it. So that's good. It's good to have a playmat that shows us all the phases of play. We're gonna look at each deck. And then we got the player's guide. We have the Luffy's player guide and all the cards that come in it, and the deck list. How to use its combos. The Zoro player's guide. And how to use his deck to his best ability. And I believe that we do have... Just comes with 2? I guess it just comes with 2. Then we have Luffy's. We have Zoro's, and then we have Nami's decks, and we also get these packs. I have the window open, so if anyone hears anything in the background noise, it is the outside door. So, we have a Roronoa Zoro, we have a Nami, and then we have a Monkey D. Dragon. So, I would say to get 2 sets of the Let's Play, so that way you can get copies of these cards, because these are the cards that look to be the ones you want to keep sleeved. They have the egg rep. But to show everyone what comes in each of those packs, we get Monkey D. Dragon, Kid and Killer, Sanji, Frankie, and Gum Gum UFO. So that's for the red cards. You can power up Luffy's deck. This is going to be for the blue deck, for Nami's deck. You can switch out some of these cards for her. So these packs help power up these 3 decks. They're mainly for these 3 decks. So we get Nami. We get Basil Hawkins. Dracula Mihawk, sorry. Edward Newgate. And Gum Gum Jet Colliver. Now we go into Roronoa Zoro. I know I say his name really weird. Zoro. Roanoa. Zoro. I say it really fast, so. I say it kind of funny. I know I do. Alright. So there's Roanoa. There's Arlong. Another Roanoa Zoa card. Oh my god. Neko Mamushi. And then Gum Gum Giant Pistol. Alright. So those are those 3 cards. Red, blue, and green. And I love the first mate. Very much so. So we are going to start with Zoro. I'm going to look at his cards first. Because the Pirate King should be saved for last, in my personal opinion. So we get Roanoa. We get a hollow version of Roanoa Zoa. We get Hiyori. We get Koshiro. We get Kawamatsu. We get Kimon. We get Luffy will be the man who become king of pirates. We'll get Ruma. Nekomamushi. Another version of Roanoa Zoa. Shimotsuki Kozabaru. Billingfold Tichio Kazum. I am sorry if I butcher anything. Cave Dinish. Smoker. Tashagi. Another version of Roanoa Zoro. Koshiro. Another Hiyori. Another Tashagi. Another Kawamatsu. Another Luffy. Luffy is the man who will become the king of pirates. Another Nekomamushi. We get 3 of these. 3 Roas. 2 Kimo. So this is my second. A second Ruma. Another Roanoa Zoro. So we get a lot of Roas. Another Shimotsuki. Another Koshiro. Another Cave Dish. Another Hiyori. Another Tashigi. Another Kawamatsu. Another Luffy will become the king of pirates. 1 more Neko. Another Rona. Another Kimon. Another Ruma. Another copy of this version of Roanoa Zoro. Another Shitsu Kuzba. Another Kishiro. Another Smoker. Another Hiyori. Another Tashagi. Another Kawamatsu. Another Luffy will be king of the pirates. Another Nekomamushi. Couple more versions of basically the same cards. So you get what I'm saying. And then we get a couple of your turns. So, and then we get the only one I see that we get a second of. It looks like we get 4 copies of most of the cards in this one. So it'll be the same for Nami. But we also get, this is the only one I see a second copy of. The Billingfold Trich Lee Kazum. Again, if I mispronounce anything, I am sorry. The other thing is, what I have noticed is we get one alt art. I'm looking. Let's see if this is the same thing. No. So if you want a copy of this one specific card, you have to get 3 more versions of this. I think you can get this as a single in a whole different set. I'm not sure if this is only limited to this selection. I'm sure there's another way to get this card, but as it shows right now, as I see right now, no. So now it's time to go to blue, our navigator. So fun fact, I am on the 3rd season in the time skip. I have seen all these characters. I have watched all of Punk Island arc. I've seen most of it as the time of I'm recording this. Okay, so that's funny. So, as I ramble on, Nami's cards are in order. Zoro's is not. That's funny. I don't know why it's like that. Because look, I did not organize this. I did not try to mess around this. This is just like this. That is hilariously funny. Okay, so we get the signature Nami card from the front of the box. We get 2 Monkey D. Luffy's blue yellow, it looks like, because it shows the yellow and the blue. For those who are competitive, you guys can tell me if there's dual colors. Charlotte Cliffon. She was popular in the arc where Brooke was introduced. Companion Gang Bang. And we get 3 of him. I mean 4 of him. I think we get 4 Usops. We get a very unique, interesting version of Nico Robin. This is a... Ugh. Oh god, this makes me sweat. We get 4 copies of Let's Crash This Wedding. I love that. I love that. We get 4 copies of Gum Gum Fire Fist Pistol Red Hawk. Very, very fun. We get Brooke. And we get 4 copies of him. And we get 4 copies of Nami. We get 4 copies of Roronoa Zoro, blue. And then we get 2 copies of Charlotte Lola. 4 copies of Tony Chopper. Another version of Monkey D. Luffy, but we get 4 of him. We get Sanji. And then we get our toners. We get all that. Now we go to the King of Pirates, the Captain of the Straw Hats, Luffy's deck. So I'm very interested to see if it's going to be organized like Nami's, or is it going to be like Zoro's? Because that'll be interesting to see. And I know there's a difference between the holo cards and I think this is like your main card. Again, I'm doing a blind opening to this. So it's going to be in the title. It's a blind opening to the Let's Travel Together. So the next episode probably will be the for one reason or another, Luffy's deck wants to be difficult. I gotta get something to open up the plastic. Alright, Gum, open up this deck. Alright, there we go. There we go. Alright. The king of pirates himself, Monkey D. Luffy in his Gear 5 form. Love Nika right there. So we got Luffy. We got... it is just like Zoro's. So, give me a hot second to try to organize this, because that's hilariously funny. So I'm going to put all these cards in the back, because these are not organized. So you're going to watch me organize this so I know what I got in here. Because I think what they're trying to do with Zoro's and Luffy's is it's pre-shuffled. I'm assuming that's the whole gimmick to that, is why it's like that. It's gonna take too long to like reorganize this. So I'm just gonna find each copy individually. Like this. And we'll do it like this. Alright. Okay. For the reds, we get 4 copies of Koala. Roronoa Zoro in this form. We get 2 copies of that. Like I said, I have to try to find everything correct so I can tell what's what, because I might miss something. I guess I would be really shocked if there's only just 2 versions of this Luffy. Yeah, there's only 2 versions of this Luffy. I guess of the... Oh. That's Usopp. And now we're going to move on to Chopper. We get... for Red Chopper. Of Zoro, of his second art. We get 3 of his second art. Of his second red art. And then we'll move on to Franky. Oh, no, this is not Franky. This is Nami somehow. The picture is really weird. So it made me think Franky for one reason or another. So, oh, 4 versions of Zoro. I missed one. That's my bad. So that makes me believe if I miss another version of this Nami. Nope, I gotta go for it. All right. Another version of Nami. That's kind of on Franky. I don't know why this isn't just a Franky card. Then we go into our chef, being Sanji. And he has 2 art cards that are different. Oh. I will take that back. I got that wrong. Never mind. We just have 1 major line form of Sanji. Of red Sanji. And then 4 copies of red Nico Robin. Nico Robin red. We get 4 copies of her. And then, so we have the second art of Nami. We get 4 copies of her. I'm sure there's one more Usopp. I just don't know where he is. He's probably hiding behind something. But, right, see? Oh, yeah, I put him right there. 4 copies of red color Usopp. And before I get to our last character, which everyone probably already saw, which was Silver Rayleigh, we get another version of Tony Chopper, but as Sanji. So we got a version of Nami as Franky and Tony Chopper as Frank. I'm sure there was an episode where that happens. That wouldn't shock me at all. We get some copies of Silver Rayleigh. We get about 4 of that. I don't know why I put that down. 4 copies of Silver Rayleigh. And then finally, we get copies of 2 Gum Gum King Kong Gatlings. 2 copies of Gum Gum Mole Pistol. And 2 copies of Divine Departure. So that's fun. Alright, well that was the Travel Together cards. Of course, we get these cards as well. I'm sure they have a name. I don't know what they are. But we'll be learning about these cards and our top main cards in the next episode, which would be about the One Piece app. So I will check you guys later. Remember to stay safe, don't get lost, and stay nerdy. Alright, bye guys. Hey guys, so if you guys like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the other social media stuff I have on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Alright guys, I will check you out later. Bye.